I'm a stone cold freak, baby, living like I wanna. Starting every day off smoking stinking marijuana. I'ma give it to you straight, baby, baby, I'm the sticky mucker. Spit hot fire like Dylan, I'm a dragon puff, puffin' magic chronic on it, rolling like a stone. Munching magic mushrooms, filling up a cone. Oh, baby, do you think I'm kinda strange? Wanna see me dancing naked in the rain? This time I'm rolling solo. I'm screaming like I'm Yoko Ono.
So if you play around with drugs, remember, dead is dead. So if you play around with drugs, remember, dead is dead. Churio Perez and Clifford Robinson were close friends of mine. They died ugly deaths. Other people have seen their friends die. I don't want anyone to see any of their friends die anymore.
Now are people with a different relation. Black and white, yellow, red and blue.
I agree too. That makes it.
You know, there's a reason the cow at the end of the day lays down and chews its cud. It's to really go over all the magnificent flavors of each experience. You know what I mean? I need to do that more often. I try to do it by meditating and just kind of kicking back. But man, you know, the rush of energy of life, sometimes you get caught up in that and you can sail away, you know, and just never fucking come back sometimes, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Double eagle.
Oh wow, look at this. We got two. All right, I'm gonna play a game now. Watch this.
What are you up to? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Ah, there's too many. Oh.
Whoa. What is going on?
You better send one of them a website invite.
Gotcha.
I've seen a movie like this once. It was called Duplicate or something like that.
Gotcha. All right.
That's funny.
That was a trip.
I was gonna say, good thing I'm not on mushrooms. That could have been a trip.
That could have been serious.
Yeah, I looked over and I was like, "There's three of them. Holy shit!"
So fuck. You wanna know how I get my work done? You know how I get my work done, motherfucker?
Just for the record, I'm on mushrooms. Just for the record, that was trippy. Did I see it on my phone and on the computer screen twice?
Nice.
Awesome.
It's one of those superhuman things you've been keeping from us.
Make it look easy. There's the truth.
Love it.
Three of me. That's right.
Just in the nick of time, this track is fucking awesome. I'm a lumberjack aware, swearing like a sailor, smoking like a whaler. And you know I keep the sticky, icky chronic, speaking freaky dicky phonics for the folks who like the funky fresh feeling that they get when they step back and think about it. Life is taking blossoms of some potent marijuana. Every single day, let me know if you think about it. Got my own special cup, I daily take a drink about it. Keep my tongue cool because I spit hot fire.
The wood spider is the most accomplished of all web-building species. Recently, scientists gave these tiny creatures a variety of psychoactive drugs to observe their effects on web building. When given a minute dose of LSD, the spider's web took on an unfamiliar, minimalist structure. When given caffeine, the web structure was not affected, but the spider's behavior was. Given THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, the spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock, where it lay all day and watched the caffeine spider go. When given alcohol, the spider built a web, found a mate, and raised over 100 young. But the mate got a restraining order, and now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The crack cocaine spider figured building webs was for suckers, waited till the caffeine spider was exhausted, then came up behind it and popped a cap in its ass. Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. When winter came, the marijuana spider had no place to live. It ended up in the crack web as the crack spider's bitch. For more information on the crack spider's bitch, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa.
This is cold turkey, the abrupt withdrawal from heroin or barbiturates. This is the sickness, the terror, the pain of addiction. This is the agony of beating death. It's a hard and lonely fight. Very, very few addicts win the battle. Could this be you, a friend of yours, your child?
Legislation that would make cannabis legal federally. It's a big deal. It's not a done deal yet, but it's a big deal. This bill would eliminate penalties all across the country for anybody making or distributing or having cannabis. Of course, until it passes the Senate, it is a state issue, right? You've got more than 30 states that have legalized medical marijuana, nearly 20 that have legalized recreational marijuana. Mexico, actually, becoming the 18th state to allow legal sales of recreational weed today. And these days, in some of those states where cannabis is legal, companies are infusing marijuana ingredients into other products, like stuff that you drink. A lot of people considering them an alternative to alcohol. I got to head to a tea party in California to check out what all the hype is all about. I did not partake. I got to say, I think I'm legally bound to say that. But I still got to go and check it all out. Watch. 313 in fact. Hills above Silicon Valley, these women are having a tea party.
Yeah, well, cheers. Maybe should I Is that your first?
Featuring an herb you may not expect.
So Tracy, what's your experience with cannabis? I really would recommend Sympathy. It's perfect for chronic pain. CBD, THC, also a lot of natural and powerful anti-inflammatories like ginger, turmeric, tulsi.
Kikoko's a wellness company that makes cannabis-infused teas, mints, and more.
Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate your showing up.
They say parties like these helped boost their bottom line, contributing to a 15% jump in sales last year. Cannabis drinks overall are having a moment right now, with more than $64 million worth sold last year in California alone, according to one industry researcher. Part of the point of parties like these, showing people, especially women, that you don't have to get super high to get the most out of cannabis. It only takes a little to get a lot of benefits and none of the hangover.
You get to a certain age, you can't drink as much wine, you get headaches, and we were there. So we decided, why don't we make some other cannabinoid ratios that don't get you so high and just put a little bit of THC in there.
For these co-founders, it's personal. What is the goal for you for Kikoko? What do you, when you step back big picture?
Options. My mother had an addiction to pain medicine.
I'm sorry.
And it was, I mean, man, it's just heart-wrenching to see and experience that. Drives us, and we're just incredibly passionate about being a force for change. You don't have to be released from the hospital and be given opioids. You know, why can't a doctor prescribe you cannabis, which is much healthier?
Jen's not alone in hoping to turn people on to what she describes as the health benefits of cannabis.
We truly believe it's a human rights violation that this plant is not legal everywhere for everybody as an alternative medicine. It helps with many people with sleep. We never claim it helps everybody. There are some people that shouldn't do it, but it really does help a lot of people.
And Amanda's got a point. Cannabis is not for everyone. Some people feel like cannabis hurts more than it helps. That said, California-based cannabis beverage brands like Kikoko, Can, and Tinley's are part of a market that now includes cannabis-infused gummies, gels, seltzer waters, and more, many marketed as alternatives to alcohol, sparking a new trend known as going Cali sober.
So I decided to go with Cali sober because I got tired of getting hungover in the morning, feeling drained the next day. I got to enjoy the substances I enjoyed without having all that drag.
Polling has found 45% of people who consume cannabis have swapped it altogether for alcohol, or they've at least cut back on how much they drink.
And for these tea partiers, it's a toast to a drink that really makes a difference.
This is beautiful because it lets people really do it in a gentle way to see how it works with their body and learn what works for their system. And, you know, for people who were freaked out with weed before, this is something that makes it a lot more approachable.
It's almost 420. What do you got to smoke?
Let's smoke some fucking Cherry Garcia glue sniffer.
There you go. I'm glad you're meditating though, brother, because that is going to help you.
Just remember to control your
Doesn't
breathing.
look like it. It doesn't look like it, but it does.
Stick with
With
it.
a bong. Bongs help control breathing. It's better than when they
It
say
is a lot of
when they say take a deep breath. That's what we mean. Take a big bong hit.
I like that.
hell yeah.
Dude,
What's everybody else smoking? Come on.
I'm going to take this bong rip and this is going to be the last bong rip of the night because I'm about ready to pass out, guys. And thank you again for another great therapy session. Gus Groves, man, it was really great to hook up with you and Blind Cat.
Before you go,
Robert,
I just gotta,
Johnny.
You know, I've been thinking about my dad a lot, and I think, you know, bam.
God bless him. Smiley.
Eagle. Have you ever seen him? He was a union. He was a union and Teamster dude. His name's Mark DeVito.
Pretty lost, bro. No, it doesn't look familiar.
No. Yeah, it was in 2004. It's all right, but you know.
You guys be good. I'm going to bed.
Yes.
You too, brother. Cheers.
Four biggest minutes. 4 biggest minutes. His name's Cannabis. What's up with that, baby?
See. All right.
So Johnny, what you smoking?
Morphine.
Yeah, you got the good shit.
Right. That shit makes me itch, bro. Ugh. I get like I have that. I'm allergic to it because it just fucking gives me creepy crawlies and makes me all itchy.
How many of you out there know that your kids have seen you take all kinds of pills? Think about it. It's your kid. That's 40 seconds. Last question. Only 15 seconds left. What kind of hypocrite must your kids think you are when you tell them don't take pills or drugs? I hope you thought about it. I hope you really thought. In the old days, we had jars filled with candy. Today, there's a new kind of candy, pills, of all kinds, from Quaaludes to horse tranquilizers to who knows what. And that's the problem. Young people all over the country are eating these pills like candy, with no knowledge of what they are or what they will do. Abused, they can cause enormous damage to the brain, heart, and body organs, and often death. This is the new candy. It's dynamite, and it's killing a lot of people.
We don't have that kind of problem where we live. It's in the cities, you see, where the environment...
Look, lady, you better start counting your Nematols and your Dexies. Found any pills missing lately? Or maybe you're one of those housewife junkies. Takes a little amphetamines in the morning to get awake so she can do her chores. A little Seconal at night so that she can get sleep. Face it, if your kid sees you and your neighbors getting all your thrills, why shouldn't he get his?
Well, this may be a bad example, but there is a big difference between pills and something like heroin.
Pills and heroin. A big difference between, eh? Let's just have a little look at reality, huh, lady? I'll look away from it. This is where you start. It's ornate specials, Dexamyl specials, escatrol, uppers, and downs, right through here. So it's a very short trip to go up here to No reefer thrown at school, you know? This is how it comes into the country in bricks, but this sort of school this way. This is the plan to grow your own, dig it? And best papers in the world made right here. Maybe you're into glue snipping. That's good. Don't turn away, lady. Face reality. This is King heroin. Look, lady. King heroin. Some of them cost $5 a bag, and pray God they better have 1 grain of real heroin in it, or your kids will get sick. And these are the works. They make them themselves. They're ingenious. They make them out of baby pacifiers. That's a homemade needle. They always fit best in a Marlboro box, because it's square. And over here, you just have a little heater, bottle cap. You just burn a little heroin in that with some water, and you suck it up with that little hypodermic needle, and just jab it, lady. Then you get to the king of all kings. She's such a king, they call her a lady, cocaine. Sweet cocaine, right? And she's so sweet and she's so fine, they even dip her out with a little nail file. Put some on a gold spoon. So all you gotta do is sniff out your septum. And maybe you want to reduce your habit. Maybe you think you can. So you try to get on a methadone maintenance program. There's a long list of people waiting. So you buy some from a guy who makes his own. So you can maintain on some kinds of methadone. But we've had 114 methadone overdose deaths this year. And not only that, methadone just makes another kind of junkie.
Okay, team, we're in a giant room full of unhappy people with lots of cash. So let's take their cash and make them happy, okay? On my count, 1, 2, 3. Break!
Where there's fire, people like to smoke. Where there's fire, people like to toke. Oh, where there's fire, we can all get paid. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll get laid.
And blaspheme the name of God, which hath power over these plagues. Amen. Amen. Stand up. Raise your hands high and pray for him.
All the Jesus freaks are singing. Jesus freaks are singing. Jesus freaks are singing. They're annoying, self-righteous and lame.
Everybody, come on, all together.
The rec shops in Jersey are new, right? Wouldn't they be new?
Yeah,
They just passed.
they just did. Like I saw that you know,
Oh, is that new
Pennsylvania's
for-
losing out on all that revenue.
Yeah, I think Jersey just
So-
went recreational, what, 1 or 2 years ago? It's not, has it even been that long? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to say 1 or 2 years, but I'm curious how they are too, being fairly new. And
New York is fairly new. Right?
I heard New Jersey has stores opening soon, but you can't home grow, apparently. That's what someone in the chat was saying last night from New Jersey. I can't remember.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But it's like, if
That's-
it's
what's the
legal
point,
and they have
man?
stores, I mean, are they really going to go after people?
It's legal for you to go pay for it.
Right.
Right? Like, here you go. You can,
It's
you can make us rich. You know, we'll legalize that.
It's such a bad difference of shit there, you know. That's all fucked
I mean,
up.
it's a
That's all I gotta
choice,
say.
right? I mean, for some, it's not, right? Some people just can't grow, right? They're in a wheelchair or something. But I mean, for the most part, most people could grow, and they just choose not to, and they pay for it, and that's fine. You know, there's no problem.
Yeah,
with
if you're
that.
built like that,
But
your
if you
pockets are
can
deep.
grow, you should be
That's
able
one.
to, right?
Oh yeah.
No matter what.
You want to
Yeah,
buy it,
and you should be
taxes.
and you should be able
Well,
to share with those
selling it.
people who can't grow.
Yep.
Exactly.
that
Well,
are in
that's
the
a different thing,
wheelchair
right?
or
But
the-
still, at least you
can't
should be able
do
to
it.
grow for yourself, right? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
what the
I
hell?
agree.
He's not leaving the house, you know?
Yeah. I want to say shout out to Sergeant Bone. He says he's about to move, and he's getting a couple tents, and now that feels it can be very. We were just talking about that. Yeah, Hillbilly Herb. Shout out to Hillbilly Herb and everybody else that's hanging out. in chat.
And Sergeant Bone says that he just got his biggest harvest yet. So like up to date.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's awesome
New
to keep
beginnings,
track of that kind of stuff and see how you're
Covered
doing.
for the move now too.
See what strains are heavy producers and what worked out for you. So congratulations on that too. That's pretty.
It
awesome.
sucks, but it's fun, you know? Like it's bittersweet moving.
Yes, it really is.
The act of moving sucks, but once you're in, it's like, you know, a new place is always fun.
Well, this is just like the Superdome, except no rave or pals of human waste. It's still not quite like home, even though we got Wi-Fi, some cookies, and toothpaste. Yeah, it's just like the Superdome, except everyone's white and middle class. We got some yoga people chanting, oh, there's lots of Gatorade and toilet paper to wipe our ass. This is just like the Superdome.
Tried to achieve a balance between the inner city and the suburbs in making this film. And when we got to the suburbs, we found certain strange things. We found that we could find very few, if any, pictures of suburban youths who had overdosed on narcotics. And it began to look, and may be, in fact, a truth that maybe physicians write down instead of narcotics overdose or endocarditis, athletics heart, peritonitis, or what have you. And pictures strangely disappeared from morgues, etc. And they seem to have fewer. So they won't face the problem, which means they can never deal with it, which is kind of sad. No matter where it starts, in the drug traffic on the streets, in the classrooms of our cities and suburbs, or under the guise of legitimate purchases at the corner drugstore, drug abuse has consequences. Emphatic and ugly consequences. A prescription for her mother, she said, but it was for her, for getting high. The prescription never made it home. Will she make it home? Maybe this time, but what about the next time? Once trapped by a drug habit, the only way home is through help. Help from parents and friends or crisis clinics, doctors, therapy programs. We all need each other if the bad trips of abuse and addiction are to be eliminated.
Lean on me. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. You better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat. So why not open up somewhere America can sit down, enjoy a meal, and get their feet rubbed? We'll fry anything you want for $5.99. As long as it's friable or edible, we're gonna make it deliciable. We will fry parts of the chicken you didn't even know was friable. The beak, the feathers, we'll fry candy bars. All that European stuff that you don't really normally eat, we'll bring it down here and fry it for you. Ask McDonald's to fry something other than what they normally fry. Guess what you're gonna get? Nothing. If it fit through the dough, I'll put it in the fryer. Hell, this is a dinosaur. All our meats are gently tenderized to their optimum deliciousness. We got fine dinosaur meats. Took my money, made me pay child support. Come on down here and get you a slice. Once they get your social security number, it's over. Motivated, 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 motivated. So friends, let's just decide you don't want no barbecue. Well, that's fine too. Why not let one of my foot specialists or myself perform our magic? Look at that, don't they look wonderful? If you really pay me enough, we'll massage your feet in any of these sauces also. Success is the rule down here at Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage. So go ahead and give me a call or find us on the worldwide internets at the new website. That's JONES BigAssTruckRentalAndStorage.com/Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage.html.
Excuse me, did you call number 52?
Did you hear me call number 52?
Does the same thing. Oh wow, yeah, that looks good. Fucking banging, man.
So you can definitely see, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but the bickets are a definite long, I think they're 10, 11 week. And then these guys here, these are beefed up real good. This is week 8.
Do you notice like about 2 weeks after they get close to those LEDs that the leaves start yellowing where the LEDs are close to them?
So on this run, what I've noticed was, and you know, I try to keep everything woven down, and I honestly, the last run of the Bicket was the first time I ran that, and it didn't stretch the way this did. This just went mental case. But what I did notice with the LEDs, because yes, I did have some yellowing on like the cherry pie. You know, I thought that too much light on that, and I'm starting to get, you know, this one's starting to lighten up a bit. But you know, like I say, we're getting into week 8 here, but I'm noticing a lot of red, which, you know, you're going to say, oh, phosphorus, and yeah, probably some of it. But the odd thing is if you look, you can see a lot of red at the top, and then when you get down in the bottom, it's green. So I'm almost thinking that the LEDs might be burning them.
That's exactly what happened to my plants that got close to the LEDs. I set them outside because they got so tall, and then it took 2 weeks for it to show. But the first thing, I didn't even tell Bone this, but the first thing he said when I took a picture of it, he's like, it looks like there's some kind of light issue up top. But I already knew it was from light burn. And that's exactly what happened to mine. It showed up as red and yellow. It started yellowing, and then I started getting red. I think the red was first, but I truly believe it was from the LEDs burning it. And
So are you thinking lower them down? You know, I think I got them up to 75.
I don't know what to do. I know that it took like 2 weeks for it to show it, but I know for a fact that the light is what caused it, because I moved the plant to a new spot under the more powerful light because it was further along in flowering. I thought I'd give them some more boost, and it burned them.
So that's what I did. I cranked mine up, and I usually do this. You know, I'll crank them up to about 75. So I got these Grower's Choice. I don't know, they're 720s or something. So I'll run those at, you know, 75 max. And I kicked them up to 75 about 2 weeks ago. And here we are with the, you know, the red stems. I didn't get that crazy yellow bleaching that I did on some of the other cultivars that I have in here, but I'm noticing that red stem. And you know, I'm not getting it on the stuff that's far away from the lights. You know, like this stuff here looks fine, you know, but you start getting up close to the lighting, and you know, you're getting all them red stems.
That is putting his belt back on his pants and not where they were on his arm, where he twisted that belt so he could find a vein to smack in the drugs. Glassy look in the eye. I hope you don't find those symptoms in your kid. Marijuana smoking results in red or bloodshot eyes, lack of visual acuity, either quiet or giggly behavior, and is often accompanied by a craving for sweets. But the most dangerous thing about marijuana is that it may be laced with hashish oil, cocaine, heroin, or opium. These drugs lead straight to addiction. Barbiturates, or downers, produce slow, repetitive speech patterns. Slips of the memory might be noticed, with a tendency to fall asleep, nod out, all too often permanently. The various amphetamines, speed or uppers, produce fast and incessant speech patterns. Speeders often stay up days at a time without sleeping, and then fall into extreme fatigue, severe depressions, or suicide. But the ravages of addiction are often much more conspicuous and horrendous. What kind of a mind makes you do this to your own body in the name of joy? The junkie mind. The mind completely at the mercy of the habit. A junkie no longer has the human capacity to feel for himself or others. He'll take the abscesses, the disease, the pain, the disfigurement. He'll stick the needle any place in his body, any place that will get him high. This is not a flower. It's an ulcerated, unhealed hole in a man's leg. He doesn't have to look for a place to put the needle. He just throws in the raw heroin or other drug.
But yeah, excited getting the veggie gardens expanded and going, and flipping the compost pile. I was grinding up some of the cannabis stalks and stems from like harvest and stuff. I'd had them piling up over the winter, and finally getting to grinding those up in the wood chipper or whatever, so make the next compost pile for this year. So alright, so this is the last row in veg here. They are under the 600 watt B-spec boards. They get through it and kind of do some pruning on these, thin them out, but they're looking gorgeous, ready to go.
Dead is dead. If someone, even your best friend, tries to sell you some smack, coke, hash, grass, horse, speed, sleeping pills, barbiturates, reds, rainbows, quals, dexies, hearts, yellow jackets, purple hearts, jelly beans, uppers or downers, or any kind of drug, don't take it or buy it. Tell your parents or call your local law enforcement agency. Remember, it may save yours or some other kid's life. Parents have a responsibility too. They must boycott products from Turkey, France, West Germany, Southeast Asia, or any place that ships us narcotics that kill our kids. Write congressmen to cut aid to such countries. Write foreign embassies and missions. Tell them that as long as they allow the powders of death to cross their borders or to be produced within their land, and its destination is the United States, we will not financially support the killers of our youth. Parents must read books such as The Politics of Heroin in Southeast Asia by Alfred W. McCoy, a Yale professor, published by Harper and Row. And find out how even some of our own government agencies and departments are contributing to drug trafficking internationally and domestically in the name of political expediency. Parents must finally realize that methadone is at best a 3 to 6 month stopgap therapy, which can only be a failure because it creates another kind of drug dependency. Methadone overdoses average over 100 per year. So if it can kill you or make you into another kind of junkie, how good can it be?
Anyway, so this first scrog here, these are all the Count Crippy, which is a tester from Smiley's Angel, and that's the countdown across to the Crippy OG. And the next ones here are these are all the peanut butter jelly breath, which is from 808 Genetic, and that's the keeper cut of them, and I'm really excited to see these run through. That was killer smoke.
$3.2 million to the tipper. Money talks. But until this program comes to your area, contact your nearest office of the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration, or the Justice Department, or your local law enforcement agency. Fight back, and you will live and survive.
Times have now arrived.
Yeah, Red Rider, this is the Cottonmouth in the Psycho Billy Cadillac, come on. This is the Cottonmouth, and negatory on the cost of this machine there, Red Rider. You might say I went right up to the factory and picked it up. It's cheaper that way. What model is it? Well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. It's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66.